Hello everyone, Gianni DePocia here with you for TheoTrade, and today is the 19th of November, 2024, and we are seeing a decent rebound in the stock market today, being led higher by a lot of tech names and the Nasdaq. And this came after there was some notable escalations on the geopolitical front. Some rockets being launched into Russia and concerns of some retaliation increasing over in Europe and in Ukraine. So the market taking this news in stride for now could be a situation where we are seeing some sort of capitulation and bears giving up on selling this market lower as fear and tensions rise. We see that unfold quite a bit, but we also had a pretty notable earnings report today from Walmart, which raised their guidance. So they're seeing business results improve according to their outlook going into the future. The stock responded nicely, gapping up. It's up about 3.5%. We got less than an hour left before the market closes. But you take a look at the NASDAQ here, up 0.5% here. And from a purely trend following standpoint, I can't say that any of the developments that we've seen over the past week in the stock market are bearish. In fact, I would argue the opposite. It looks like we are in the process of completing another higher low with respect to the trend. And this means that bulls will be able to, or I should say, have an opportunity to reassert their dominance and their presence. So it, is pretty clear now that there was quite a bit of chasing of that breakout. Following the election, a lot of people piling into stocks, and as the market makers and the algorithms like to do, they like to test the fortitude or test the strength of the hands of people that were chasing the move. And so by now, I would say a fair amount of them have been stopped out, and so we'll see now if we can start another leg higher in this rally. Remember that we are in a very seasonally bullish time of year. There's something about this time of year in the markets that get people excited to buy stocks. November and December, particularly aside from April, are the strongest months for stock performance of the year. Now, there's a couple things to keep an eye on here. We're seeing a nice rebound in the semiconductor sector. I've been talking about this and how semiconductors have not made a new all-time high, the semiconductor index, that is, since July. This is so important because the connection between semiconductors and technology, they're extremely connected to one another. Basically, all these tech companies working on AI need chips to do business. And so if they're not getting good demand from those tech companies, good orders and good promises for future business, it creates a problem in terms of their own business outlook. But tomorrow we have a big day with Nvidia's earnings. Right now, you're up almost 5% on the day, so we're going to be able to go through that. We do have a position on the long side of Nvidia, so I am looking for this to continue higher. And similar story here, you did make a new all-time high on November 8th. You came back down, you formed another higher low. So to me, it looks like going into earnings, unless we have some sort of terrible guidance issued from management and the board of Nvidia, I think that we are looking at a continuation of this bull market. Some other names in the semiconductor space having some issues, but I am liking the price action of Taiwan Semiconductor. If you take a look at some of the big tech names, Apple continues to hang out near its highs as well. And as a rule, a market that is hanging out near its highs, the longer that it does so, typically continues in the direction of that trend. So whether you look at Apple on the long term, the intermediate term, or the short term, it keeps making higher highs and higher lows. So it's bullish. And I also like what's happening on Netflix. We've had a position in Netflix now going back into September, and this stock is quickly approaching our upside target at 920. So if we do hit that target, we'll be looking to capture gains on this high-flying tech name. Communications XLC has been the second best performing sector year to date in this market behind financials. A lot of financials and banks and insurance companies have had really good years, had a really good year so far, and that includes SoFi Technologies, which we have a position in right now. It keeps gapping up. You can see here that like over the last month, it's, continued to gap up and close higher. Have a target of 16 on this one. We got in on this one, way back in October. So we're sitting on some nice gains. We keep tightening up our stop loss to protect more and more of those profits. And we'll be looking to trim our exposure if and when this stock hits 16. I want to pivot back over to Tesla because this is one of our well-known back up the truck positions. This is an overweight position in my portfolio. And, we started buying this one back in September. It's been making higher highs and higher lows. You broke out above this pattern that was resistance that now becomes support. You formed another really strong pattern in the process of that breakout. And I'm looking for this thing to continue higher. I wouldn't be surprised if you made a new all-time high in Tesla, maybe by the end of the year, maybe by January, but it looks like that may happen. I have two potential targets, one at 414, one at 460, but as it stands, bulls are in full control of momentum. And, I think a lot of the speculation unfolding in Tesla is kind of like a way for people to bet on Elon Musk and all the other projects that he's involved with SpaceX and whatnot. So there's no way to buy SpaceX right now, but there are some space stocks moving. One of which is a member of the AI Timing Web's portfolio, and that name is Intuitive Machines. So it was up double digits today. It's still up 8%, not bad. But this is a company involved in the space economy, if you will. We got long this one a couple weeks ago. It's seen some really nice upside follow through. It's had a couple of big days, double digits of upside. We have a target of 18. So there are still names moving in this market, even with the indices down or doing nothing for a week. There's been countless names, especially in the AI Timing Web's portfolio, that have continued to see double-digit rallies and just strong rallies in general. One of those examples, or another one I should say, is Reddit. We bought Reddit back in mid-October. It gapped up after earnings. It hit our first upside target. We since tightened up our stops and have continued to let this one run higher. And so we have another target to capture gains on a rally to 162. It's not as good as our trade in AppLovin, which continues to rally higher. It's up another 8%. So we are out of this one for now, but we are still holding our positions in crypto related names. Let's take a look at that real quick. Bitcoin up another 2% today, hitting a new all-time high in the futures market. Ethereum trying to turn its tape green right now, kind of just spinning its wheels here, but I still think it looks bullish. MicroStrategy continues to defy the law of gravity. It's up 13% on the day now. This is another back up the truck position. We started buying this stock back in September, and it continues to accelerate to the upside. And we've been having to actually increase our upside price targets on this one. You also have Core Scientific coming up off a higher low here. These are AI Timing Web stocks. They're part of that portfolio. You take a look at Coinbase. Quiet day today, but a solid rebound after a retest of its breakout. You see here how it broke out from that web pattern, came back down, completed a higher low, and now it's trying to have a run at new highs. So, on that note, we are in the holiday season, so I want you to check out this huge Black Friday giveaway that we're offering here at TheoTrade. There's less than 5 of these specials now, and basically they are $2,000 Gianni DePoce Theo credits available for purchase at $1,000 each. It lets you turn $1 into 2 and apply a $2,000 credit to any of my mastermind classes or trade alert services. So this is a first come, first served offer. Is a strict limit of 2 credits available per person. So give our support team a call for details. The number is 624-244-5657. Again, 623-244-5657 and use code word Gianni. But it's not just Bitcoin that is making big moves. I'm definitely keeping an eye on what's happening in the bond market right now. We've been looking for a low of significance here. We did share an idea with chat room members to get long the 10-year Treasury note contract, and that started to move in the right direction. We're looking for a swing trade back up to a former important technical level here. But I think with the potential for meaningful changes on the budget front in Washington, D.C. to unfold, it could be a reason why bonds rebound. And I think that interest rates are going to continue to decline into 2025. And I think that bonds will be will be one of the top markets to benefit from that, obviously, since they're directly tied to interest rates. But remember that when the Fed lowers rates, it's only in the short term. Long-term bonds kind of do their own thing, but I think it's going to uh, continue to see interest rates dropping because I'm a pretty big bear on the energy front. I think crude oil is facing a massive breakdown. Wouldn't be surprised if crude oil hit $45, $50 per barrel. We are seeing some nice rebounds in precious metals as well. Gold coming up off a higher low. Silver as well. We talked about some opportunities in this space with members too. But the big thing is, guys, is that you want to be focusing on high quality setups in this market. There's no shortage of them. I've been looking at the uranium sector quite a bit as well. We've had positions and NuScale Power Corporation that continues to work in the right direction, as well as Nano Nuclear Energy. That one is now up double digits on the day. So seeing improvements on that front. And again, there is no shortage of opportunities in this tape, but just because things are going up doesn't mean you just want to throw paint at a wall and expect a masterpiece to come out of it. It takes time, it takes discipline, and it takes focused study and knowing the right setups to take and how much risk to take and knowing when to take some chips off the table. So that's all that I wanted to discuss with you today. Again, I would just give you a heads up to give our support team a call if you're interested in learning more on these Black Friday specials that we're offering here at TheoTrade. Again, the number is 623-244-5657. So that's all for now, everyone. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll be back next week. Hope to see you in the chat room.